All right, then. So today on Maritime Today, we are looking and perhaps locating the place of shipbrokers in the maritime industry. I'm sure you'll be wondering who shipbrokers are. So my guest will be talking us through that. And let me bring him right away to the microphone. Dr. Samuel Dayo Ebidunmi is Head Education and Training at the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers Nigerian Chapter. Dr. Ebidunmi, nice to have you. Good morning.
Thank you, Victor. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Right.
How are you doing?
Very good. I think we had you on this program about 2 months ago, and it's nice to have you back.
Thank you very much. It's always good to be on this program with you.
All right. So usually on the program, we try to do our bit in terms of information sharing and education. And to do so, we usually do some levels of concept clarification. So first things first, Dr. Ebidunmi, when we talk about shipbrokers, who are we referring to?
Okay, thank you, Victor. Basically, shipbrokers are intermediaries who act between different parties involved in the maritime industry. And what they basically do is that they provide expertise and services to facilitate chartering, sale of ships, and several other aspects of the general operation of ships.
Right.
So
they are basically intermediaries.
Yes, intermediaries.
So are they new? Are they new in the shipping world? Have they always been around?
No, not at all. Shipbrokers have always been around. As a matter of fact, the archives of the City of London, indicate that as far back as in the year 1285, there were brokers were around.
Wow.
And they were even regulated that they have to pay a kind of fee and then adhere to some codes of conduct and accountability. So in fact the term honest broker was around as far back as the year 1285. So brokers have always been around in shipping business.
Wow, so definitely they're not new in the system.
Not at all. Not at all.
And looking through the entire spectrum of the shipping world, of what importance is shipbroker to the maritime industry?
Okay, the maritime industry is one industry where the most important element is actually the individuals involved. So maritime operations, shipping operations involve two basic aspects of operations: those who work on the ships and those who work, in the management of the business of running a ship. So the shipbrokers, even if you have a very good ship, you have very good seamen and sailors that are working on the ship, that ship wouldn't be able to do business without those who decide what business the ship has to be involved in. So the shipbrokers are those who do all of this other work, decide even from the point of the decision on which ship should be bought, what are the features that the ship should have, what market will the ship serve. At the end of the day, what is the procedure for buying the ship? When the ship is bought, when the ship is old and has to be scrapped, how do we go about it? During the operational life of the ship, how do we charter these ships? How do we find those who need these ships? How do we connect those who need these ships with those who have these ships? How do we manage these ships when they get to a particular port of call? How do we manage the ship to ensure that the ship is technically sound? How do we manage the commercial aspects of the ship? So the work of shipbrokers, is basically
it's very broad, right?
That's what drives the industry. So without shipbrokers, the ships will have ships, but the ships will not move.
All right. So do we have enough professionals in this sector? If you glance through the global space right now to reflect on this set of professionals, do we have enough of them?
Yes. The answer to that question is yes and no. So, but then we have so many people practicing different aspects of shipbroking, but the challenge is that many of them are not professionals. They are not well grounded. They are not recognized. They don't have the requisite training to actually carry out their job effectively. And that's why we have a lot of challenges around shipping. But when it comes to those who are recognized, those who are properly certified, we still have a sizable number of them around the world.
All right. So can we put a figure to that in terms of the population across the world? How many, what's the population of shipbrokers that we have around in today's world?
Okay, so for those practicing shipbroking, it's going to be a very difficult one to collect data because most of them are practicing informally. But for those who are registered with the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, those who have become members of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, we have a global population of around 4,000.
4,000, wow, that's huge for that particular profession, all right, which is very, very good. But in Nigeria, do we have the numbers?
Yes, in Nigeria, I think we are still within about 100 plus registered members of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers. But like I said, even if we look at only those who are involved in freight forwarding, very much informally, I think there are thousands of them. But then for those who are registered with the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, I think we should be a little over 100 members.
All right, so Dr. Ebidunmi, I'd like you to take us through the business of ship brokerage this morning in Nigeria. How does it work and how do people participate?
Okay, thank you very much, Victor. Shipbroking involves, administration of the business around ship operations from the point where the ship is bought to throughout the operational life of the ship and to the point where the ship has to be decommissioned and scrapped. So every other activity, including the buying of the ship and selling of the ship,
right,
be it from the shipyard or for second-hand ships, the chartering of the ships, the management of the ship when the ship calls at the port, that port agency and liner agency, to managing the ships, providing crew members to work on the ship, providing victuals and other stores for the ship, taking the ship to dry dock, and so many other activities that ensure that the ship is operational are part of what the shipbrokers do. Then we talk about financing the ships too. Okay. Financing, then fixing marine insurance for the ship, and so many other different aspects of shipbroking. So it's a whole lot. As a matter of fact, the shipbroker is usually very knowledgeable about the industry and then applies this knowledge in rendering these services that connect the different parties in the shipping industry.
And will his job not conflict with some other professionals that are within that sector? I mean, sometimes you're likely going to have a ship manager, somebody who's more or less like will be managing the movement of the ship. Will that not conflict with that of the shipbroker?
I think the shipbroker is, like I said earlier, there are different aspects of business operations around the ship, and we have shipbrokers that specialize in different aspects. So a shipbroker that is specialized in ship sale and purchase may not necessarily be involved in port agency, for instance, or in ship management, for instance. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we don't have shipbrokers that do several multiple jobs. But even within chartering, for instance, you discover that a shipbroker who is involved in tanker chartering will just focus on tanker, while there will be others that are focused on dry cargo chartering. So at the end, there's a lot of specialization in shipping. So there is actually no conflicting. But what's even most important is that the owner of the ship requires different services, and then decides who does those services for him. And then there are a lot of standard forms guiding different aspects of ship operations. So at the end of the day, if I have a contract, to maybe manage a ship for the technical aspects, then there is a contract guiding me, which defines the limit and the scope of what I'll be doing with respect to that ship. All
right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're locating the place of shipbrokers in the maritime industry. That's our focus this morning. And Dr. Samuel Dayo Ebidunmi is taking us to the classroom. He is Head Education and Training for the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, Nigerian chapter. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we'll look at the institute and the roles it plays in bringing up more shipbrokers for Nigeria. How can people get into that institute? And for those who are practicing, how can they also get jobs? And I would like to also hear from him. Now that most professions are lamenting, what does it look like for shipbrokers? Are they smiling to the banks? Maybe Dr. Dayo Ebidunmi will let us know. But a brief break, we'll be back.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a needle. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily lane. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468.
For you, we dey gidigba.
Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting now for the port of Nanir.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime today is the program, and I still have with me Dr. Dayo. That's talking about Dr. Samuel Dayo Ebidunmi. He's the head training and education for the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, and we're trying to locate the place of shipbrokers in the maritime industry. Flash update coming in says we have a Total filling station dispensing fuel along Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way. And understand there's a single file of queue that is being mainstreamed right now so that we do not have any issues within that particular corridor. But movement across that corridor is still very encouraging towards Ikeja. And we have traffic managers on ground trying to control and ensure that you have it good. All right, from our live cameras, Pen Cinema underneath bridge is looking good. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway is also looking good. If you're coming in from Dokpemu connecting Ilezik towards National, it's not as busy as it used to. Instead of the 4 or 5 lanes that we're used to, I think it's looking good inwards National this morning. We'll be serving you more L-Pins as they come in from time to time. But let's get back to the conversation right now. Samuel Ebidunmi is still with us. Let's talk about the Institute now and the roles that it plays. But first off, in Nigeria, how long has the Institute been in existence?
Okay, thank you, Victor. The Institute has been in existence for a very long time. Remember that the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers is actually has a British Royal Charter. So it's actually an international professional body. And from time, because shipping business is global, we've had Nigerians involved in shipping business for a very, very long time. And those of them who have, understood because of their international relations that it is important to have good education, good training in shipbroking. Many Nigerians have been involved in shipbroking, and they've actually registered and even qualified from outside the country before coming into Nigeria. Okay. So as far back as 2003, for example, when I found out about the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, I was doing my student industrial work experience scheme with the Nigerian Shippers Council, and then the head of technical operations was Oladipo Oba. He was already a fellow of the institute as far back as 2003.
Wow.
So we've had members, Nigerian members of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers for a very, very long time.
Which is good. So what are the advantages of having an institute of that nature in Nigeria?
Yes. The maritime industry is a very sensitive industry, an industry where there are a lot of regulations, and then there are a lot of legal dimensions to the activities. So it is important to have people who are well grounded in the business of shipping. We need people who understand how the industry works, understand the different aspects of the industry, understands the different requirements, to achieve success in the industry. And that is what the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers provides.
Right,
so becoming a member of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers is a very rigorous process of learning and training, which by the time you qualify, you know very well that you've understood the industry in and out, and that you can offer a whole lot of value to different parties within the industry.
All right, then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We are locating the place of shipbrokers in the maritime industry. And Dr. Samuel Dayo Ebidunmi is taking us to the classroom. He's head training and education for the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers at the Nigerian chapter. If you have any questions for him, feel free to connect with us on our usual platforms, 080-99-120-777 and 091-5387-7127. We're here to hear from you, and of course you'll be able to respond. So, do you have a curriculum? I mean, what does it look like? You are head of training. What are the courses?
Okay, yes. So, if you look at the courses that is required for you to qualify as a member of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, we have some mandatory courses, and then we have some optional courses. So for every aspiring member of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, they will have to take subjects in Introduction to Shipping, Shipping Business, Economics of Sea Transport and International Trade, and Legal Principles in Shipping Business. Okay. So having satisfied those mandatory courses, which every practitioner in the industry is supposed to be knowledgeable in, then you can decide to specialize by picking any 3 subjects from 11 subjects which cut across different aspects of the industry, depending on which area of shipping you are specializing in. So some of those 11 subjects include the ship operations and management, shipping finance, shipping law, tanker chartering, dry cargo chartering, port agency, liner trades, marine insurance, port and terminal management, logistics and multimodal transport, and the offshore support industry.
So how long are these courses? Is it a 1-year course, a 6-month course, or how long?
Okay, so taking Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers exams is not just about theory, because what the institute considers before awarding marks, even in the exams, is that you have to demonstrate experience and knowledge of what is happening in the industry. So ordinarily, it is expected that every aspiring member should be able to complete their professional qualifying examination within a period of 5 years.
5 years?
But yes, within a period of 5 years. So you take 7 examinations within a period of 5 years.
Wow.
So you need to pass them within the period of 5 years. So you have, ordinarily, it requires that students take their time to study at a pace that is that will help them to gain as much knowledge and industry knowledge and theoretical knowledge as is required to pass the exams.
All right.
So you can decide to take all your exams in 1 year, depending on how well grounded you are in the industry. But if you know you can't, cope with that, you don't have, because most professionals are working.
Right.
You just take your time, and then within 5 years, you can complete your professional qualifying examination and become a member.
Where is the school located?
Okay, so the institute is not a school per se.
Okay.
It's not a school. It's a professional body headquartered in London, and we have we have 27 branches all over the world. The Nigerian chapter is a member of the West African branch, and then there are 11 international teaching centers. So there are some institutions that apply to the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers to teach Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers courses using the institute's curriculum. So unfortunately, we don't have any of them here in Nigeria. But we are looking at within the next year.
So you have some centers, you have some teaching centers, right?
Yes, we have centers, just 11 centers all over the world.
All right.
We are looking forward to seeing how we can have one in Nigeria.
Okay, then let's see. There's some reactions coming in from you. This one says, good morning. How do you see the future of shipbroking in the light of growing environmental concerns and sustainability in the maritime industry? Ifeanyi is asking that question.
Okay, thank you, Ifeanyi. The maritime industry is an industry that is very much concerned about environmental sustainability. So, as a matter of fact, one of the pillars of the International Maritime Organization is MAPOL. MAPOL is prevention of pollution of the seas. So there are a whole lot of regulations already in place that are being complied with in the maritime industry to ensure a sustainable environment. So,
all right.
As a matter of fact, shipping plays a vital role. So the future of shipping is bright, and shipping is committed to the green revolution.
All right, this one says
environmental sustainability.
More reactions coming in for you. This one says, good morning, Dr. Samuel and Victor. So please, can you highlight the key courses and certifications that ICS offers for aspiring shipbrokers in Nigeria? Cheers. Bode is sending that one in. Another one says, amazing morning. How can more young Nigerians amazing morning says, how can more young Nigerians be encouraged to pursue careers in shipbroking, and what roles does ICS play in this? You didn't put your name. All right, so quickly, can you answer those too? Okay,
thank you very much. Let me start with the second question. So the ICS in Nigeria, the Nigerian chapter of the ICS is doing a whole lot of sensitization now. We are trying to make people see the importance of getting certified when you are, if you are already in the industry or if you are aspiring to go into the industry. And I can tell you the prospects are much because even for most industries, they usually have highs and lows. But for the maritime industry, as far as the seas continue to remain, until the seas dry out, the maritime industry continue to remain. So this is an industry that is sustainable. This is an industry that will always be here for us, and it's an area of the career area where you can be sure.
So do you do career trainings in secondary school, for instance? Do you go there?
No, we actually don't go to secondary schools. We don't go to universities. But what we do is that we encourage those who are in the industry or who are aspiring to get into the industry to register and take courses.
Courses there.
Register and take courses, yes.
All right.
So it's professional, strictly professional, not just academics.
All right.
So
more questions. More questions coming in for you quickly because time is not really our friend. This one says, how do you ensure that your training programs remain relevant and not outdated in a rapidly changing world?
Yes, this is a very, very good question. The Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers has over 4,000 members who are in the formal shipping industry. So the network that the members of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers has is enough to ensure that there is currency in the curriculum. The curriculums are reviewed regularly. As a matter of fact, we have a magazine called Shipping Network that is published quarterly, and it brings in that magazine the industry is explored based on currency, and also projections are made. So the industry, the industrial shipbrokers curriculum is not just current; it's also futuristic. So we are just it's an institute where you can be sure that whatever you get, whatever training you get, is the best in the world. And as a matter of fact, I need to state it that
quickly,
the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers is the only recognized professional body in commercial shipping all over the world. All
right, then. So we have to leave it at that for now. More questions that are coming in for you. Maybe some other time when we get you in the studios, we'll be able to respond to that. Like this one says, good morning to everyone in the studios. I am Michael from Tinkan Island. Say, what initiatives has ICS introduced to make a shipbroking education more accessible to broader audience in Nigeria? Anyway, we'll have some time to reflect on that. But quickly, your parting thoughts on the program this morning, Dr. Samuel Ebidunmi.
Yes, it's been a wonderful program. Unfortunately, we don't have all the time. There's a whole lot. Right. So I think maybe I can just let our listeners know that they can actually get in touch with the ICS, especially to know more, or go to the Institute website, www.ics.org.uk. Right. Almost every information can be found about the institute on that website, and then they can reach out to some members of the executive of the Nigerian chapter of the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers. Right. They can send an email to icsnigeriachapter@gmail.com.
We have to leave it at that for now. Thank you so much, Samuel Ebidunmi, for connecting with us on the program this morning.
All right. Thank you so much, Victor. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, then. So he is Dr. Samuel Ebidunmi, and of course, he is the head training and education for the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, and we've tried in our little way to locate their roles in the maritime industry. Dayo Anthony has produced the program this morning. Olaiwola Dare in the building. Zainab Junaid, and of course, Vivian Ifeanyi Anyanwu also in the building as well. Maximum thanks goes to Rebecca Adamu, Assistant Director of Public Relations for the Nigerian Shippers Council, and you can connect with them on all their platforms at NG Shippers. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great day. Bye.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.